Welcome to Live with Aaron and Kelly. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez.
And I'm Kelly V. Dolan.
We have a huge show for you. We have Elizabeth Espinosa later on in the show of Sin Límites from CNN Latino and Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Ooh.
That's right. The very, very funny Joe Truglio. We're going to have an interview with him. But first of all, how was your week, Kelly?
Oh my gosh, my week was amazing. And I'm so sorry that I couldn't be part of those interviews. But my family was in town. So we went to Dancing with the Stars. And I have to give a huge shout out to Mike E. You know who you are. You gave us the VIP treatment. My parents got to sit next to Corbin's family, Amber's family. They got to meet Derek Huff, Max.
Wow.
Yes.
Well,
So they spoke with Sharon Osbourne. I mean, my mom and dad were so happy.
do they have favorites?
They do. I think my mom's really rooting for Amber. I think she really likes Amber. So it was really cool to see them. And I think Derek is amazing. His choreography is untouchable. So I'm kind of rooting for them myself.
Awesome. Now, for those of you watching and actually seeing us on television, and for those of you on the radio, we know you can't see what we're sitting in.
Yes, you can't see what we're sitting on, practically laid out on right now.
Right.
But we are on beanbag chairs. That's right. You guys can go to ahprods.com, AHHPRODS.com. We are doing the show from the beanbag chairs. And Aaron, I have to admit, I think that we are going to have to do this every single time we shoot this.
I know, it's very tempting, and I mean, what is it? I'm in which color? This is
Well, it's kind of like a wine color, and then I'm in the drops one, which is super cool.
Right.
But I do have to give some shout outs. I'm really excited to give some shout outs while we're here in the beanbag chairs. I got to give some shout outs to Charlie Mixney, who's at WISHIMATREE, Wishima Tree. He has a new kids book out called The Wishima Tree. Also, I have to give a huge shout out to Andrew Sanchez at The Trucking Life out in Texas, who watches our show all the time. Also have to give a huge shout out to JD Dolan. Yes, that is one of my relatives. Huge shout out to all the Dolans in the Midwest and wherever else you're at. Oh, and also at the Sony store, there's also a Dolan there as well. We know that, don't we, Jose?
That's right.
And
yeah,
Aaron.
most likely one of your long lost cousins.
And lastly, we have to give. That's right. And lastly, I have to give a huge shout out to Cece Dawson. You can follow her at _C23. They were tweeting me this past week, and so I got to give you guys a huge shout out. But back to ahprods.com. That's right. You guys can go to, for more information, AHHPRODS.com to find out more information. But let's just talk about what we're sitting in for those that can't actually see us. Right now, I'm sitting in the beanbag chair that's considered the drops. And it's a high-end home decorating beanbag meant for any room in the house, from the most luxurious living room to the most casual. And it's kind of like some earthy tones, I would say. You've got some grays, some browns, some tans, and so I'm like super excited to be sitting in this right now. And what about yours, Aaron?
Well, yeah, again, like you said, it's a wine color, and these are really nice because they're nice for the environment. They're organic.
Yeah, the one that you're actually sitting in comes in 11 colors to choose from. Anything from hot pink, which, Aaron, I think that would look really good on you. I think you should have gotten that one. Hot pink, yellow, blue, and red. The washable cover is 100% certified organic, the one that you're sitting in. So I know there's a lot of people out there that are really specific in the things that they're sitting on and purchasing. So that's one thing that's really unique about this product. Some other really unique talking points about this is it's got a zip-off machine washable cover that you can just throw in the washing machine. And then also, if you guys have kids, the liners have child-resistant self-locking zippers so that the kids can play with the filling. So you're not gonna I'm sorry, so the kids can't play with the filling. All right, they can't play with the filling. So again, they have the child-resistant self-locking zippers. I think Aaron's face was like, huh?
Yeah.
I love mine. Can I keep it?
Oh, of course you can. All right, we've also got double stitch seams on the covers and liners that will not break like other bean bags. Now, what's another great thing about this is our show is not the first to have it, okay?
No.
Talk about it, Aaron.
Well, I mean, this is endorsed by John Travolta, Hilary Duff, Jessica Alba. It's been seen on Saturday Night Live.
Jimmy Fallon, Late Night, HGTV, Live with Aaron and Kelly.
Now, that's right. And we love these so much that we're actually going to be doing a giveaway. But if you want to buy these, they're going to give you 5% off. It's a limited time. All you have to do is type in when you go to prods.com.
That's right.
prods.com. Type in live Kelly Aaron.
That's right. That's right. Live Kelly Aaron. I promise I did not arrange that.
Somebody arranged
Now, normally it's Aaron Kelly. We all know that on the show. But for whatever reason, it was live Kelly Aaron.
It was her petition, and rightly so. And these are really cool. What are these?
Yes. Let's talk about these. Jose Luis, our cameraman, how cute are these?
Those are for kittens.
You know what? They probably
You know what? You
It could
put
be
your
for
cat.
baby kittens.
Yeah,
For those
that's
of
true.
you that can't see this, we have the Little Me bean bags. Okay, so this is made of the same quality fabric as the human being bean bags, but this is for your dolls. So if you have an American Girl doll, you can get a matching bean bag for your American Girl doll. And I have to give a huge shout out to my niece, Kira Sharkey, who has Kira's Cool Crafts. You guys can check that out on YouTube. Every other month she does a cool kids craft, and she did one where she was piercing an American doll's ear, so it was kind of a way to save money because they charge you at the store to do that.
Right.
And she did a tutorial with it. And the young lady who owns this business, the beanbag chairs, saw the tutorial that I had tweeted, and then she hit me up and she's like, hey, check this out. I have the Little Me beanbags. And so we've got a couple of them here today, and I think we're going to be able to go to a couple red carpets and some toy drives around the holidays and be able to gift these. But like Aaron said, we will be giving one of these away.
Yes.
So make sure you guys go to Aaron and Kelly. Make sure you...
on Facebook?
Yes, on Facebook.
Live with Aaron and Kelly.
Oh, our site.
AaronandKellyLive.com
Thank you.
as well. And the winner gets to choose one of 5 different colors.
That is right.
Very cool.
And just so you know, like for those that can't actually see this and you're listening, it's 14 by 7 inches. Like I said, it's the size of an American Girl doll size. And then also it's got the same child-resistant self-locking zippers. So your kid won't mess with the filling, which I think is a really big thing. 1-year warranty on the Little Me bean bags, and then a 10-year warranty on the human
these
beans.
ones, so I can
know.
jump up and down, push hers around. Actually, that's really solid.
Oh
that
gosh.
don't move.
Okay, wait. I think
That don't move.
So do you like that? It doesn't.
It doesn't move. Like I wanted to.
Oh my
push
God. So you like that there's some friction in
on the
with the
beanbag. It doesn't move.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I know my cameraman is flashing up a sign and we don't know what it is.
Just don't move.
Don't move.
Don't move.
For
Okay.
those, again, it's kind of hard for those that are not watching, but Aaron was literally pushing on my beanbag, and he likes the friction that these beanbags have.
Because these,
oh my
these
gosh.
are solid. These are solid. We want to again tell you to go to Prod.
That's right. Also, tell people about it, and there's a free bean bag to just if you refer a new customer. Also, you get $5 for any product. So make sure you guys check that out. You can also call 888-244-6818 for any questions. Again, that's 888-244-6818. Check that out. I know I will be checking it out. I mean, look at this. If you can get a little shot of this, how cute is that? It's adorable. I love it. I just love the fact that you can get a bean bag for a kid, or like in my case, a niece or a nephew, and then they can match it for their doll. It's great. Make sure you guys visit ahhprods.com.
When we get back, we have Joe Truglio of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll be right back right after this.
should go on living now. Break the rules, let's tear it down.
Welcome to Live with Aaron and Kelly. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. We're here with Joe. Now, Joe Truglio, right? Am I getting that correct?
You are nailing it.
Awesome.
Beautifully articulated.
Where's that from? My cameraman said it sounds Italian.
It is Italian. I'm Italian-Irish, and I think Lo Truglio means that guy. And, it translates to, that guy in the movies. That's what it means. That's what Lo Truglio translates to.
That's awesome. Now, tell me, congratulations on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We've had a chance to interview a couple of your cast members. Yes, and, in that experience, I want to go to that in a moment, but I want to talk a little bit about you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you have a huge influence, or an influence that had on your life was Jaws. Is that right?
Big influence, yeah. It basically was a movie that got me interested in movies. So I became obsessed with them and was drawing them drawing great white sharks in kindergarten, and I just became obsessed with the movie, like, millions of other people.
Right.
Nothing special there, but it just kind of stuck with me, and I had a friend who is from Martha's Vineyard, and the orca is beached there, the one they use in the film, and it was wasting away, and he was kind enough to bring me a piece of the orca, which I now have in a shadow box in my house.
Wow.
I'm very proud of it. I guard it with my life. I look at it every night before I go to bed. I pray. I'm kidding.
You know what? Yeah, and here's the funny thing. I mean, you went. We actually got a Twitter friend which actually tweeted this from Sean O'Maddock. He says, "I heard Joe Lo Truglio is a big fan of old gory horror movies. Why hasn't he done any himself? Because you're funny, but
I'm trying. It's hard. I am a big fan. Ken Marino and I wrote a terrific script, I think, that we want to do. That is an homage to kind of monster movies of the 80s. We're trying to get that done. We wrote a couple of them, actually. And so hopefully someday we can hook up with the amazing Greg Nicotero of Walking Dead, who I was lucky enough to work with on Paul, the movie, and maybe he'll do some effects for us. Who knows?
Awesome. And then you're a Bruce
Lee.
Lee.
Always dream.
What?
Well, I said one can always dream.
That's true. Now, you are a huge fan of Bruce Lee as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was obsessed. I did Taekwondo when I was a kid, when I was in high school, and my bedroom was covered in like kind of a grass mat wallpaper. I had Chinese stars and nunchucks on the wall and posters of Bruce Lee.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Especially
I was completely obsessed.
Now, so if you could remake any Bruce Lee movie with you in it, which one would it be?
I'm going to go classic Enter the Dragon. I mean,
all right.
First of all, we get to go on an island. We get those cool yellow uniforms. And we get to, work with, a crazy, now I'm forgetting the name of the villain, who had a clawed hand. Shows how much I know. I'd probably Enter the Dragon.
Okay, Enter the Dragon. I can see you in that. Now, you've got several other projects going on, but one of my favorite projects that you were in was Wreck-It Ralph. Congratulations on that success.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, you had a very pivotal role, telling the character, what he needed to do. But how did you end up getting that project?
That project, about 2 years before the movie came out, there was a table read up at Pixar Studio outside San Jose, and someone dropped out of the table read or couldn't make it, and they kind of called me last minute, and went up there for the table read, and got a great response, and John Lasseter really loved it, and was like, hey, let's use them, and that's kind of how it happened. And then 2 years later, the movie finally came out. Like, I'd gotten the job, and no one called me for about a year and a half, and I felt like maybe I'd lost it. But, you know, they'd spend so much work on the animation that, you know, they really do the voices later, at least for my character.
Got it.
So, yeah, it kind of happened that way.
Wow, well, congratulations. That just goes to show you got to show up at every table read. I wonder who it was that missed out.
Show up.
Yeah.
You got to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, speaking of being there, you're there at Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You're at it. You guys, you know, I mean, what's the cast like working with, and, you know, what's the journey been like on this show?
Well, it's been awesome. You know, we have a good group of people that really like each other. You know, that's the first kind of thing that you need in an ensemble set. Who needs to like each other, because if they don't, sooner or later it comes out. And you know, Mike Shore and Dan Gore did a great job of getting very different types of performers together. You know, me and Andy and Chelsea certainly come from a certain school of performing and comedy, and you know, Andre and Stephanie are more classically trained theater actors. Terry Crews is an entity unto himself. Melissa has done soaps, and you know, you just got a bunch of different people to kind of mix and match every week. And for me, I love kind of looking forward to every script, because you're like, okay, who am I going to pair up with this week? Is it going to be me and Santiago? Am I hanging with Sergeant Jeffers? And you know, it's great because you have very different schools of performance.
Yes.
You know, and that's what I love about working on the show.
Well,
that and just trying to crack each other up. That's always been the goal in any project I do. Try to get your co-stars to crack up on camera.
Yeah, that's a fantastic thing to do, because we were talking to one of your cast members, and she said that you do the last shot as more of improv, so that's where she gets nervous. But you must just love that last shot.
Love it. That's our fun runs where, you know, we play a little bit, but it's great because that one's really for us, you know, because 99% of that stuff, you know, they're not going to use. The show's pretty tight. We have great writers. It's a very specific pace that doesn't allow for too much tangential stuff, you know. So a lot of that is to kind of amuse ourselves and keep us funny and just kind of in the zone, as they say.
Well, Joe, fantastic.
And I imagine you're talking about Melissa, who I think is terrific, and or maybe it was Stephanie. They're both really good at improv, and I think better than they give themselves credit for. They're really funny ladies. Oh,
good. Well, tell them you said that. We thank you so very much. Now, you're on Twitter. Tell us your Twitter handle.
It's at Joe Truglio. Yeah, it's just my name. It's all one word.
Yeah, and that's great, because that's so original. You didn't have to fight anybody for your name. I've noticed like some other actors, they have a very common name, but Joe Truglio. So Joe, we look forward to seeing more of you in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And wait, before we let you go, you have like several other projects you're working on. Can you tell us real quick about one of those?
Sure. One of them is a project called Beef, and this is a web series I created with Michael Ian Black, a fellow state member, and it's basically, the short description is, it's a courtroom show. It's basically Judge Judy meets The Sopranos, and it takes place in a neighborhood deli, and Chris Maloney is our judge, working behind the counter, kind of settling petty neighborhood arguments.
Awesome.
So we'll be seeing that online soon.
Awesome.
Hopefully.
Thank you so very much. We look forward to seeing that and you in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Everybody get down like that. Everybody get down like that. If you like it, then make it clap. If you like it, then make it clap. Turn it up, break loose, get loud. We are young, don't tell us how. We should go on living now. Break the rules, let's tear it down. Everybody get down like that. Everybody get down like that. If you like it, then make it
Live with Aaron and Kelly. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez, and we are here at CNN Latino with Elizabeth Espinosa of Sin Límites.
Sin Límites, no limits. Thank you so much.
Yeah, mwah. Thank you so very much.
Aaron.
I appreciate that.
Thank you for being here. It means a lot to me. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Now tell me, she just went through a whole hour, and I got to see the full hour, and I was entertained all the way throughout because you went from all the way from immigration to
the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills,
and in between to
transgenders.
And
then there was another one. What's the other? I already forgot.
Yeah.
It's only been like 10 minutes. I've been out the air, and I'm all, what was the story? Oh my God, that's terrible. Hold on, I'll tell you. Oh, 80.
That was it. Yeah, see?
It all makes sense.
And you know, how much time do you get before that to actually look at everything?
That's a great question. Sadly, not as much as I would like.
Okay.
Generally, you might get a really good lead time on a story. It's a talk show, so it's different as opposed to being a reporter. You know, when I'm at KCAA, because I'm also there, I might get a story like 2 hours before I have to go on the air live. Here, I get a little bit more lead time, but even then, a lot of times I don't know who our guests will be. Where we know what the topic will be, but you still need to know the guests, like their information, their backstory, to be able to ask questions.
And what if they don't show up? You ever have that?
Wow, that has happened. And let me tell you, Pepto-Bismol and I are good friends. I mean, especially on those days.
Yeah, because you have to stretch it or
you
got
to stretch, you got to figure it out. You know, it's all about figuring it out at that point.
You know what I liked especially? I saw you had notes, but they were to the side. You didn't even really reference them because you had it all in your head.
Because I'm really smart. I'm brilliant.
That makes sense.
Genius.
Yes. And you dress well too.
I'm so not kidding. I'm so kidding. No, I told you know what? Thank you. Actually, no, those notes are very important, believe it or not. I just have an idea, so I go through them. But I think once you've been in this business for as long as I've been, 100 years. No, but you know, but it's your brain is a muscle.
Yes.
It really is a muscle, and repetition is the mother of all skills. And so if you do this long enough, you get to become quick on your feet, and you look at notes, and you're like, okay, I just need to know 3 facts. It's like boom, and you can go with it and kind of just. And sometimes I just have those notes to kind of refresh, especially if it's like a really long title, like the source, and you don't want to quote the source wrong, and the percentage or whatever the stat may be.
Because they'll quote you after, and then you'll get the tweets about it. And she is on Twitter, by the way. And you do your own tweets, right?
Yeah. I told you, I have my phone right here. Please tweet me at E_Espinosa, which is ESPINOSA.
Not the other Elizabeth, because there's another one that's another reporter in a different area, and I was like, wait, I had to add the right one. So
no, the California girl. Yeah. And then on Instagram at Elizabeth Espinosa.
Oh, you like Instagram?
I love Instagram too. You know why? Because
do you do food or what?
No. I do the show. I do my story, my life, what I'm doing, my potato chips. I mean, and and I put it on.
You don't look like you eat potato chips, but okay.
My friend, I live at the gym, so I can eat those potato chips.
Now tell me something. You know, you have a very interesting background. You've done this a long time, but something that I identify with really quick and looking at your information was, I have a sister that has mental disability all the way from birth.
They said something about that. Okay, I want to hear more about this.
Yeah, well, this isn't about me, but my mom.
Typical host. I'm like, tell me about you.
Yeah.
My show, girl.
I know. So you're turning it around though.
I know.
But my mom had the German measles when she was pregnant with my sister, and they told her, they actually wanted her, they gave her the option to abort her beforehand, but she said, no, I believe in life, and she wanted to keep her. So and she's in an adult home now. She's 33 right now. But
she's 33.
Yeah, so, and now your brother, a little bit different of a situation. What happened there?
Well, Christian, his name is Christian, and my brother is about to turn 30. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm like, that makes me sound like I'm in my 30s now, but whatever. I'd say, it's our joke at
People
home.
already know kind of your age in the sense that you were also named by Hollywood Reporter. Yeah, tell me. Top
40, under 40. I know, I'm so excited. That was very cool, very cool. What is it, Top Latinos in Entertainment. But really, the story is about people like your sister and my brother. Because it is, what is your sister's name?
Candy.
Candy. So it is Christian and Candy who inspire me. I know, I like that.
I like that. The two C's. We should do a little.
Wait, 30 and 33. I mean, he's a little younger, but maybe we might have a little love match here. He's a good-looking guy.
I'm very protective of her.
I know.
And I
am too.
probably
Oh my
would not
gosh.
allow that. But
I am the same way.
Yeah, I have
I'm the
conservatorship
same
over
way.
her. So,
You do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I really like you.
Yeah, well,
I
you have to
really,
because
really like you.
because the state, the state will take
it's
them and
bad.
transplant them and throw them somewhere else, and you have no say.
It's very bad. Well, listen, and I don't know.
Plus, they cut back on a lot of services they did this.
Oh, don't get me
Yeah.
started. It's
Yeah.
it's very bad. But I want to ask you. So, does your sister speak?
No, she's deaf. She's partially blind, but she's well ahead because they actually when we found out that we found out the curriculum, they thought she could hear because she has other senses heightened.
Absolutely.
But she can't. She's profoundly
can't.
deaf. Yeah.
Okay, so my brother suffered lack of oxygen at birth.
Okay.
And that lack of oxygen caused severe brain damage. So Christian cannot speak at all, although he has this new thing. I'm so
What?
impressed. So I saw him the other day, and I'm like, Christian, what is this with the caregiver? He goes, and so if you do you have to say back to him, and he's like, it's like he's talking. And then we do our little talk, our little chat.
Yeah.
And our chat is he'll like when he's in a good mood, He and I always tell him, I go, it's good talking. That's good talking.
Yeah.
He says, wah 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 wah, and I go, really? So what happened?
That's
I go wah 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 wah, and I'm like, tell me more.
Good
And
for
then it's
you.
all wah 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 wah. So my brother, yes, he is really like such an inspiration in my life.
Does he watch the show?
I don't know that. No, you want to laugh? No, I don't really think he does, sadly. But I think he's over it.
He's like, I see enough of
over
her.
it.
I have more
see her
important
at
things.
home.
And they do. They have more important things. It's funny. Even my sister Candy. Yeah, she'll let you know when she's done with your visit. If you visit her, and she's like,
Is
okay,
that
I've had
adorable?
enough of you.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
happy in the end. My mom gets sad. I go, Mom, at least
She wants her space.
Yeah, she wants her space.
But here's what's so cool. You want to hear something funny? So there's two stories. The one is that I find it so adorable, and I think my brother was going to become a political leader of something. I think that was his fate. Had he not suffered his lack of oxygen at birth, but Christian will only watch C-SPAN. What? He only watches C-SPAN.
Wow.
Is that the funniest thing?
Wow.
He puts on. I will change it to the Disney
No.
Channel.
Does he throw
to
a
the
tantrum?
to the Naked Girl channel, like whatever.
Yeah.
And he changes it back. But here's why.
Okay.
Because Christian likes to see, I believe, it's like the tight shots of your head, and he sees them talking, and I think he's fascinated
that
by
makes
it.
sense.
I really think he's fascinated by it. And then the one time that I was like in tears because my mom said that I was doing a live shot. I think it was at KTLA, and at the time we had this outing that we would do. We do routines. My brother's still at home with my parents, and he always points, and he points in a direction, and you have to give him multiple choice. So you'd say, oh, you want to go to this restaurant, you want to go to Disneyland, you want to go to whatever, and then he'll say yes or he'll say no this way, right?
Okay.
And so I came on the screen doing my live shot, and my mother said it was the most precious thing. Christian goes up to the screen, and he's like, he was talking to me, trying to tell me that he wanted to go to the restaurant. And my mom was like, oh my God, that's so cute that he thinks that you could see him. And I was like, oh my God. So yes, my brother is
here? Okay, I'm just
big
going to
part
throw
of
this
my
out there, but people underestimate the opinions and choices that even children with or adults now with special needs have.
Absolutely. They have an opinion.
Yes.
Because he doesn't speak, because Candy doesn't speak, or anyone else.
But she does. I mean, she's very audible,
does.
and
But I
people
mean,
get offended by that. They're
oh yeah, exactly.
they make their sounds.
Exactly. And I agree. And allow me to correct myself, because you are right. I say that when Christian does when he does wah wah wah, that's the way he talks.
Right.
Now, just because he doesn't talk and speak the way you and I do, does not mean that he does not have something very important to say.
Oh yeah,
Right?
my sister gets upset when the water doesn't come very quickly. And
Oh my
she speaks
God, my
everybody
brother.
else's mind, really, because there's no filter.
You know what it is? They are 5 steps ahead of us.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. I tell people all the time, I know this general definition of intelligence is, this alleged high IQ, but I always say this. My brother is surviving 30 years without being able to speak one word the way you and I do, to communicate his health needs. I mean, can you imagine how lonely that must be?
Oh,
and
I
it breaks
do.
my heart. It is hard for me.
Right, because you see it,
listen.
and you.
Well, I see it. I live it. I speak 5 languages, but I mean, I do.
Right.
I do admit, and I think it took me a long time, and I do admit that I'm happy. I have joy in my heart, but there is that part of my heart that will always be broken, because I would do anything for my brother to have a day in my shoes and be able to speak and to be able to go out. And when he got into teen years, and I'd see him look at the girls, that was really hard. That was really hard because, I know that he knows he's different, and I know that he wishes that he could, go out and have a girlfriend. And, the kids go to, we go cruising. We go cruising. Oh, we go to Hollywood with Christian. We take him cruising to see all the girls. I go, Christian, look at all the girls in the mini skirts and all this. And he loves it. He loves it. And so I really, and it's hard.
Yeah.
But I as a believer, I'm Catholic, and I believe in God, and I believe that, there is a purpose for everything. I don't understand it. I don't think it's fair. Having said that, I accept it, and I just believe that it is up to each and every one of us to do the best that we can to improve the quality of life, especially of those that can't fend for themselves and don't have a voice.
I'm glad you said that, and you've been very vocal about it, and you have put it out there, and I want to back that up 100%. So
you do it too. You
follow
live
back,
it.
and you let me know when you go to those events, and I'll support. But now let's get back to your career, though. Now you've been all the way to Pakistan and covered women, being
arranged marriages,
and then you've covered
Uganda, East Africa.
Yes,
children warriors,
and then you got 2 Emmy awards.
My friend Emmy, just kidding, but
exactly, right?
2 Emmys.
When you got that, because I know when you work hard and sometimes there's no, people tell you, oh great, there's some feedback, but when you got that, what did you feel?
Oh my gosh. I will say this. The Emmy for the Africa special was a half-hour special report we did. It was titled Forgotten Footprints, The Hunted Children of Uganda. That was an amazing experience because I actually love to travel. I grew up traveling a lot because my father was in the airline business. So we used to travel for cheap. I mean, for $0. So I used to go to Mexico, El Salvador. My mom is from El Salvador, my dad's from Mexico. So I'd go to all these countries growing up, and that's how I also preserved my culture and my Spanish as well. And so when I was working at Fox 11 at the time as a morning show reporter, and I was just so stubborn. I said to my friends, I want to go to Africa. I just want to go to Africa. Because the inside joke in my house is that I always loved those Congo beats and all that. My mom's like, I think your daddy is truly African. We got the wrong daddy over here, And I'm like, but I just love the African culture and the traditions and the music. Anyway, so I said we got to go. So I convinced a couple of my friends, and it was 4 of us. And of the 4, 3 of us are journalists. Another one was a reporter. The other one is a photographer, editor. So I got them to go with me to Uganda. And we chose Uganda because my girlfriend Christy, who's still a reporter in town here in LA, her cousin was a relief worker out there. And I said, well, if we're going to go somewhere, we might as well go somewhere we kind of know somebody. Right. So she completely helped us set it up. We went to see the gorillas in Rwanda. We scaled a volcano mountain.
Let's go back. You got to see, or you got to like how close did you get to see the gorillas?
Oh, no, my friend Aaron. Do you even know?
No, I don't. That's why I'm asking.
That silverback almost took me out because
really?
We made some noise.
Oh,
no, you were literally scaling the volcano mountain with a cane, and I was a mess, by the way. I'm so not made for these things. I'm like, where's the elevator? Where's the elevator?
I better get an Emmy for this. No.
Who's got the fast track to the top of the mountain? You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, I was a mess, but it was so amazing, right? So I was up there. No, it was so cool. But imagine this. It's a trip that I financed on my own. So it was like, we all just, saved up our money. We went out there. And what we did do was, as journalists, did a little homework before we left, and we're like, oh my gosh, there's a situation with the LRA, the Lord's Resistance Army, which is basically the rebel group that has been, kidnapping children from their parents in these villages.
Wow.
And the stories are just horrific. And we set it up where we were able to go. We met up with Catholic Relief Services, this nun who's amazing, and took us to Gulu, which is northern Uganda. It's 3 hours away. You're far in the middle of nowhere. And God's favor that we got through and that we got into this place. We went to a relief a camp, and this refugee camp was so rough because 1,000 people die each week in that camp at that time, according to the UN. And we saw these stories, and I said, we've got to do something. So we started doing these interviews. We had a translator. He helped us with the story, translate with, the villagers. And when we came back to LA, I said to my boss at the time, we've got to do a story. I've got footage. Let's do a story. And he's like, and I said, no, we've got to do this. And I always say the squeaky wheel gets the oil, my friend.
Yes, that's true.
let off, and so blessed that he allowed us to do that. And here's the thing, Aaron. What was what really hit my heart, because when I was doing one of the interviews, one of the guys was getting upset at me. 18-year-old guy, abducted when he was 6 years old. He was ordered to, and I don't want to gross you out, but with a machete, chop his parents up, and afterwards he was forced to eat part of the remains as a part of indoctrinating them. So can you imagine that experience for a young man? And he's telling me his story, and then he looked at me and he stopped, and I could see the anger in his eyes, and he said, "Are you going to tell my story? Will you really go back to the United States of America and tell my story?" What do you say?
What can you do to that? Yeah.
What do you say to that? And so when I came back, it was those words from that young man that made me just relentless in saying, no, this story will be told.
Okay.
If I have to do it on, my dime or whatever, and thankfully that happened. So the Emmy was just cherry on top. But
well, we got to take a quick break, but when we come back, we've got more of Elizabeth Espinosa right here at CNN Latino. We'll be right back right after this.
Everybody get down like that. Everybody get down like that. If you like it, then make it clap. If you like it, then make it clap. Turn it up, break loose, get loud. We are young, don't tell us how. We should go on living now. Break the rules, let's tear it down. Everybody get down like that. Everybody get down like that. If you like it, then make it clap. If you like it, then make it clap. Turn it up, break loose, get loud. We are young, don't tell us how. We should go on living now. Break the rules, let's tear it down.
Welcome back to Live with Aaron and Kelly. I am here with Elizabeth Espinosa of Sin Límites.
yes.
Of CNN Latino. Now, I have got to ask you some questions from the Twitter audience because
Love it.
they sent us.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, they sent us these right away.
Okay.
And of course, I lost
love
where
it.
they were at. There we go. Okay.
There we go, we got 'em.
So Daisy Kitmore fan.
Daisy Kitmore
She's Daisy's
Daisy.
fan, by the way.
Hi.
It sounds like so.
Oh.
No, she's a Kitmore fan.
She's a Kitmore fan.
Or something like that.
Daisy,
Okay.
what's up?
But she loves you, and this is what she says. First of all, she said, what are her future goals and barriers she likes to tackle in this industry, especially now that she's with CNN? As a great journalist, her personality and humility has always stood out.
Wow. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. I think that's really important. But what the question is my goals.
What are your goals
my
and
goals?
barriers?
Ooh.
I think the barriers part is kind of interesting,
Yeah,
right?
that's a great question because let's be real, there are lots of barriers in life.
Yeah.
I think the barriers are that it's about access. I think that when you are not in a circle, where you're, nepotism is alive and well. Let's not act like it's not there.
That's
You
true.
know what I mean? Hollywood is a great example of that. If you're connected to someone who's related to someone else, it's easier to get that next job. It's easier to go up the ladder. It's not always, sadly, you don't see promotions always based on merit, right?
Yeah.
So
Emmys.
Or Emmys. but I will say this. I will say that even though those barriers do exist, and nepotism is alive and well, I think that authenticity is even stronger and more alive and healthier than just well. And I truly believe that when you're authentic in everything you do and your intent is placed in the right place, it's amazing. Those barriers just dissolve and things start to happen. I don't want to sound like some of these spiritual leaders, but the universe does do something. And for me, I believe as a believer, as a Catholic, I believe that, God has a plan for everyone and there's a purpose and it just happens. Whether or not you believe in God or not, the bottom line is there is this energy that things start to just fall into place and you are exactly where you are supposed to be right now. Even though you don't feel that at times and you question well, why does he have that? Or why is she over there? And why don't I this? Just get outside of yourself.
At what point did you feel like that? Have you ever felt like that?
Oh, absolutely. Along the path, of course. I mean, I think that you work really hard sometimes, and you're right. You don't feel like you're recognized. But I have an amazing mother and an amazing dad who have always, as my parents as a child, have taught me that don't hand out water or help someone in need because you want to look good or because you know what will they say.
Right.
Do it because you really care, and don't expect a favor in return. Right.
Yeah.
Don't expect to be awarded or to be,
in fact,
everybody
it's
applauding.
even better if you don't, if you don't expect anybody else to be there or even notice it, right?
Absolutely. And I would just say that, Daisy, goals, wow, that's another one. That's a loaded one.
Yeah.
I think goals for me, actually now, definitely continue what I'm doing now, but I would love, don't laugh, I would like to do a show in English as well. I would like to do a movie with, maybe Thor being my love interest. Okay. And then also
I just saw Thor earlier today.
See
Yeah,
it?
Great movie, by the way.
Really?
Did you see it? Thor
No,
1 and
I've
2?
got to see
But
it.
yet you want to be his girlfriend. Interesting.
Just saying. So he's a good looking guy. What are you going to do? Hashtag. So, and then the other thing, are you ready?
Yeah.
I'd love to be on SNL, host SNL.
I could see
Saturday
that. I
Night
could totally
Live.
see that. Yeah.
I love sketch comedy.
You love improv.
I do.
Awesome.
I do.
Okay.
Thank you, Daisy.
Now, and great job on that. And now, Armando Rojas Mechanic, he's at the Twitter. He actually, his statement is, Elizabeth Espinosa makes me feel proud of my heritage. She is a positive role model in the Latino community. Seriously, with that, I mean, he expresses, and I get a lot of tweets like that, by the way. So,
Thank you. Well, you too.
What does that feel like? I don't get any tweets like that. If you like to throw them my way. No, I'm just kidding.
Send them here too. But it's interesting. That it makes me very proud, and I'm so thankful. I think the word is just being grateful because I believe that it's interesting in this society. And I think I come from that perspective, like you, about having a special needs sibling. People are so big about labels. And growing up with my brother, it was always like, well, what's his diagnosis? Which is what they were asking me is, what's his label? Is he Down syndrome? And I'd say, well, he suffered lack of oxygen. And it was like, well, I don't understand that. So it's interesting, right? And so then now I bring it to the ethnicity, if you bring it to that ethnic conversation, being a Latina to me just means added value to this my being American, and it's true that we bring added value in that, all we are is this, there's so much diversity, because listen, also, I am Mexicana, I am Salvadoreña, and let me tell you, they're different. Right. They are actually different. I mean, they speak Spanish and all, but there are different words that are used, different traditions, and I'm just really proud that I can be that to someone out there who feels identified with me because we share that Latino, family values. Our hey, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause we dance all the time.
Yeah, we're gonna go dancing right after this. No. Now tell me, Mark Noda wants to know, if Elizabeth didn't become a journalist, which career would she have chosen?
Okay, I think I know the answer. So initially,
I think you know the answer.
Did you like that?
Yeah, you're like, wait.
I think I know the answer because there've been a few. There've been a few. Had Dancing with the Stars been on when I was growing up, I would have been like done.
Wait, you're still.
I know, but I would have been like a professional choreographer.
Oh,
like Debbie Allen.
You would have
loved
really?
that. Love that.
But you just put it out there, so Dancing with the Stars will be.
I know, I would love that. I mean, not gonna lie, but I'm a good dancer.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
You just put it out there. Yeah, okay.
I can break dance.
Can you really? Can you do a break?
Okay, maybe not break dance, but I can break it up on the dance floor.
And in the newsroom.
And in the newsroom.
Yeah,
thank you. No,
absolutely.
but I love to dance. I think I'd be a dancer.
Well,
professional dancer.
Improv, okay, SNL, okay.
Yes,
So you would have been a dancer. Okay,
absolutely. Even though during college, I got accepted to law school and got a scholarship and thought I was going to be a lawyer. But that wasn't truly, and now that I understand and I'm more evolved and I've meditated with myself, I get it that was just,
Well, they're telling us we have to go.
What?
And I know, I'm sorry.
I was just getting started.
I know.
I had questions for you.
I know. Well, that's why you're going to be back on the show, okay?
I am, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming out to our show.
Thank you.
Sin Límites a las 8 de la noche. Can you say that? At 8 o'clock at night, channel 63, KBEH, CNN, Latino. That's like a rap song right there, right?
Yeah.
And you got to follow me on Twitter. And thank you so much, Aaron.
Yeah.
Kelly, right?
Yeah,
Kelly. I hope to meet you soon.
I locked her up for
You
this.
did?
Yeah, I didn't even.
Kelly, where'd you go?
I know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much for watching. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. Again, follow her on Twitter. She does her own tweets. Watch the show, support, and you know what? You are the ones that help us get where we're at.
Absolutely.
So,
without them, we nada.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much again, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
You're so
you.
sweet. Mwah.
Kelly. It's the end of our show.
Oh my gosh, Aaron, I fell asleep. Make sure you guys, not that our show is boring,
Our show is
Make
fantastic.
sure you guys go to ahhprods.com. Although we love ahprods.com, we can probably never shoot another show in these beanbag
I don't think it's a good idea.
I'm about ready to go to sleep.
But if you want to relax in one of these, remember, we're actually giving away a mini version.
Yes, one of the little me ones.
Yes, and for those of you that want to order it, you get a special 5% off.
That's
Just go to ahhprods.com. What else do they need to know, Kelly?
You need to know that it's water repel liners that won't break. It's seen nationwide in homes, schools, libraries, hospitals, offices, and more. Celebrities have them. We have them. You're going to have them. And holidays are right around the corner. So go check it out.
They make a great gift, although I think I'm going to keep this one.
I'm definitely keeping this big one, but I'm going to try to find a toy drive to give away these. What do you say?
I'm not judging. I'm just saying.
You want to keep them all?
I want to keep them all. Thank you so very much for tuning in this week of Live with Aaron and Kelly. Remember to tweet us at Kelly V. Dolan, Aaron M. Sanchez, or go to our Facebooks. What is our Facebooks, Kelly?
Our Facebook is Live with Aaron and Kelly.
That's right. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye, everyone.
Good night.